up guys, welcome back. It's been a while and let me fill you in just why that is so, as last week I've become father for the second time to a wonderful little daughter, and other than the fact that I'm completely sleep deprived at this point, which you obviously have guessed by now, it's the best feeling in the world really, as the family is really complete it feels now, and there's nothing more important in life than your family. What other than perhaps a roof over your head, as we've also bought a house which we'll be moving to next month, a different city, a different neighborhood, a complete new setting, really new baby, new house, new schools, all that stuff. So it takes a bit of energy. And then there's Nintendo coming out of left field, just moving ahead the launch date of Xenoblade Chronicles 3. Does throw a big monkey wrench there, as I've only completed Xenoblade Chronicles Definitive Edition, including Future Connected, putting like 110 hours in all that combined earlier this month, and now I'm knee deep in Xenoblade Chronicles 2. Won't be done in time to pick up Xenoblade Chronicles 3 launch day and, get on with that. It has to be delayed a little bit. Thank you, Nintendo. That's a great move on your part. Now, as for today's video, I want to talk about Cuphead. But before we dive in, let's get into the zone, a little something like this. That's a lot better. Start to really get together here. So, ladies and gentlemen, don't adjust your television sets. It's all part of the plan. See, thing is, I may have been busy with my personal life, but it doesn't stop PowerA from pumping out some amazing accessories. And with Cuphead, the delicious Lost Course DLC recently released, PowerA thought, you know what, we're gonna add one more controller to our already awesome Cuphead lineup. I'm talking about the Cuphead controller, Mugman controller, and now, yes, there is Miss Chalice. So in today's video, we're going over all three of those controllers, as there's really no question if you should buy one, rather which you should buy one, or maybe all three. So without further ado, let's have a look at those controllers. What say? So the year is 2020 and Cuphead as a game is making waves on the Xbox and Nintendo Switch. A Netflix series is in production, all that stuff. Well, PowerA decides we're going to give the players what they want, a Cuphead controller, and rightfully so, thank you very much. Now, the box art of this guy is pretty straightforward. We've seen it before with other controllers, this is no exception. Front side, we see what the controller looks like when you hold it in your hands. It has a wireless function, it's motion control, it's a limited edition, that's really great by the way, and it does have programmable or mappable buttons at the back side, and yes, it's also compatible with Nintendo Switch Lite. The side here we see a little close-up of the rendition there of Cuphead, of course with that bent straw characteristic there, and there we see the different things. The only problem I have with this box art is that it's not entirely accurate. It's clearly visible, it's yellow and red. Whereas if we open it, nothing can be clearer than the fact that this is yellow and orange. That's basically the only gripe I have. Must have been something wrong with this print, this edition, but just know what you're getting yourself into here. On the left side we have this wonderful artwork, okay? You have this little information on Cuphead, on the game. You have Cuphead there showing off his figure, I guess. Well, he's doing something. He's doing something there. He does look great. Now, the year was 2020. We're moving 1 year ahead in time, and Cuphead is still popular. PowerA thinks, you know what, we're gonna release the Mugman controller as well, and well, it's even prettier. Thing is, this time around, PowerA has worked a bit on their product packaging. Sure, in general sense, everything is quite the same, but here they've worked with a little bit of color scheme. Here we have the brothers embracing each other, and we have more information there on its sidekick, or the other brother, Mugman, which really is my favorite character of the bunch. Then, moving fast forward, the year is 2022, and the delicious Lost Course is on its way to Nintendo Switch, Xbox. Cuphead's Miss Chalice, right? That's the new protagonist. Guess PowerA thought, you know what, we do need to have another controller, maybe hype up the game and, you know, sell some controllers while we're at it. And there she is. She does look amazingly, fittingly well in this set. It does look like quite the amazing set, and in fact it is. All of them wireless, motion control, programmable buttons, all that stuff. We're gonna open up one of these in just a moment. Now, if you were to ask me at this stage, just tell me which controller I need to buy if I have to choose just one, right? If I don't have the funds available to buy all three because they're not the cheapest, they're not wired, they're 50 bucks and up. So tell me one. I can go about this in three ways. The first of which would be, which is your favorite Cuphead character? To me, that's the Luigi in the Mario universe, that's Mugman. I like the guy. He doesn't have the bent straw, he has a straight up straw, he's more careful, he has this big nose and all that stuff. I do like Mugman, and therefore I prefer the controller in that perspective. Looking at it from a different way, a color scheme. There's that too, obviously, and even though this is a beautiful controller, I do prefer the first one, Cuphead. I think that combination of yellow and orange, that is just the best combination that's laying here in front of me. So there you go in terms of that. But then, when you look at the actual design elements of these controllers, you have all these explosions and lightning effects and all that stuff, stars, it does start to blend together, right? You do have to look at each and every one of them and then, again, to see the differences. I do think that the newest controller, the Chalice controller, in that sense is the most unique one. It has these heart shapes, it has a little bit of those puff clouds and all that stuff. I do think that one is the most unique design. And if you were really to analyze the stuff, you would also see that the shadow underneath Miss Chalice is a slightly different hue from the shadows underneath Cuphead and Mugman, but that's really nitpicking here. Now, I'm going to open one of them as basically all the same with a different color scheme and pattern to it. So I figured, as Miss Chalice is the newest controller and protagonist of the DLC pack, let's go ahead and open that one. I already cut the 3 tapes there, so we can just easily open it. Little flaps there. I'm gonna pull this out. There's the box. On the back side we have a little manual. Those we've seen by now. And pull a little bit. There we go. There we go. So you can see it's a perfect fit. You have seen these before. The shell design is quite the same. The only thing is, PowerA has basically 3 controller molds, you could say. There's the wired controller, the budget controllers, really nice designs and easy to pick up. Then there are the wireless controllers, and those come in 2 batches. The biggest difference, basically the only 2 differences between them, is that this collection of controllers doesn't have an anti-friction ring, mind you. So these controllers don't have an anti-friction ring. You will have some more wear and tear on these over the course of time. Second is that these don't have an internal battery that you can just recharge by plugging it in. In fact, it doesn't have a cable connection at all. These have a AA battery support. So you might be frowning and saying, well, I do need to get AA batteries every time. Sure, unless you buy rechargeable batteries. And the good thing about this situation here is that PowerA does provide 2 AA batteries for you to get going. Now, what do we see here? We see that there is character art on the left side of the controller. Basically have a 2-color scheme, front cover, back cover, different colors. All the buttons color in the same scheme as in the back side. Front side we have good buttons, nice, good size, not too clicky, not too much travel time. System buttons, all great. Joysticks, we've been over those before. The caps are really nice and rubbery. Don't have like anti-slid function, so that's a little bit there. Could have been a profiled rim, but that's really asking too much for that. Just check out the Fusion Pro controller. And D-pad is solid. It's not the best D-pad PowerA has made. That's obviously the fight pad, but this D-pad is just fine. The shoulder buttons, all fine. The bumpers, the triggers, obviously digital buttons, as the Switch doesn't support analog triggers at all. And we have a sync button there, and there are the programmable buttons, which you can map to anything you want using that center button. You have the LED indicators, and well, that basically wraps it up. It's a great controller, one because it's just ergonomically designed and has great comfort, and the button quality, the joystick quality is all there, D-pad for sure, and second, it's just a piece of art. And with that guys, I am signing off. I sincerely hope you've enjoyed today's video and that I might have inspired you to pick up one, if not two, if God forbid, 3 controllers in the Cuphead family for your Nintendo Switch or your Microsoft Xbox. Be sure to drop a comment in the section down below. Let me know if you are planning which one you will be getting. Don't forget to hit that like button on your way out. Subscribe to the channel if you're new here, and I will see you next time.